All right, man. Felony gun restoration. That's what we're here for. We're going to get into it real quick. I ain't going to try to waste your time or make a long, drawn out video. I dropped a short explaining how I got my gun rights restored, even after a no recommendation. And yeah, man, it feels good to get the gun rights restored. If you're watching this, I know you're interested. And it's an anxious feeling, man. Everybody out there got a damn gun. Good guys got a gun. Bad guys got a gun. If you're an ex-felon and you're trying to live the right way, you're trying not to carry a gun. So get on the journey. You can do it, man. I did it. Ain't nothing super special about me. Just I wanted the gun that damn bad. I kept looking for laws, kept looking through it, kept trying to do a lot of things. So here are suggestions to start out. First thing you do is Google relief under weapons disability. So you Google that and you put the state where you live in. Things should come up. That's where I started. Things should come up. You got to follow the state where you live. I'm currently in Ohio. So I had to look up the Ohio revised code, which is 2923.14. But you Google where you live. So that code under there, it took me to a lot of different laws and a lot of different things I had to read. I had to read it over and over, trying to understand it. Could be a little bit intimidating, a little bit confusing, but like the third time I read the line, I'm starting to put it together. So you got to just dissect what apply to you, man. So my crime actually happened in Detroit. That's where I'm from, but I currently live in Ohio. So you got to file in the county where you reside. So just keep that in mind. But a few things can knock you out. I'm not going to rattle off a lot of them because I got to remember it and I don't have it in front of me. But domestic violence is a bad one. Mental illness. If you've been documented that you've been in a mentally ill hospital, yeah, you probably don't need a gun, whatever, but each his own. But so a few things can knock you out. Don't think that your crime is so wild that you can't get it. At least try, at least take the steps. My crime was punishable up to 20 years, and it was a violent crime, man. So I definitely thought for years I couldn't do it. I couldn't get it and all that stuff. So, all right, we'll get into the meat and potatoes. So the three things after you Googled all that and you're going through qualifications, I think 2 or 3 more times of the same crime is a no-go too. But like I said, look at it. But after you get past all that, what they want to see, man, 3 things. That you've been a law-abiding citizen, man. You've been out here cool. You out here not causing no more problems. You growing up. You getting out of the BS. You kind of getting away from too many friends, hanging out 4 deep in the car. You getting away from the dumb shit, man, straight up. So they want to see you a law-abiding citizen. Number 2, you not on parole, probation. You don't owe nobody nothing, no fees, no restitution. You completely done with all that. And the last one is unless you're otherwise prohibited. Now me, I'm like 1 and 2, I'm Gucci. Otherwise prohibited, I gotta be Gucci, right? That's what I'm thinking. And something jumped in the way. Almost got in the way completely. But so let's say this. I got a state case. And so obviously to file for the restoration, you got state case, you go to state court. So a federal law was kind of getting in my way. Let's get to it real quick. So I'm going to read the letter from the prosecutor. She denied me. She recommended no right there in front of the judge. We talking. I'm shooting my shot. I'm telling them all my stuff. I'm sitting up there, straight and hoping I can do this because I ain't got a bad track record. I got that incident. And that's it basically for me, man. So anyway, here's the letter from court. I'm not going to read everything because I don't want it all redundant and I don't want to lose you guys. Because this stuff, the wording, you know how it is, the verbiage with them. But anyway, this matter comes before the court upon Jay's application for relief from disability to possess a firearm, arguing that he has satisfied all statutory criteria pursuant to RC, that's that revised code, Ohio revised code 2923.14. Jay argues that since completion of his sentence, he has led a law-abiding life and his Second Amendment rights to possess a firearm should be restored. Here are the facts in the case. Jay was found guilty of armed robbery in Michigan pursuant to his felony conviction, has since been precluded from possessing a firearm under RC 2923. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it and let's get through it. Okay. Jay has no further convictions on his record since armed robbery. Damn, they keep saying armed robbery. No further convictions. And now, under 2923.14, submits application for relief from his disability so that he can possess a firearm. This is the state's argument. This is the prosecutor. 2923.13 prohibits persons convicted of any felony offense of violence from having a firearm unless they are relieved from disabilities. Jay was convicted of a felony offense of violence defined under RC 2901, and the committed offense seems to still be on his record. To qualify for relief, Jay would need to be found in compliance of 2923.14. So I got a federal law, which I'm going to get into, that was getting in the way. And then I got this one. I got a violent crime, man. So if you got a violent crime, you could still do it. So it's two things that was actually stopping me. So we're going to keep going. Actually, I'm going to put this down. I even applied for an expungement before I did this. I applied to get my record expunged. In Detroit, they got the clean slate operation. Everybody going in there getting expungements, clean slate, wiped off their record. Man, lying around the corner. Everybody coming out like I'm Gucci. Not me. I came in there and they was like, nah, punishable up to 20 years. Can't do it. So after that, I was kind of sick about it. And that's when I found this, what we're talking about today. I don't want to drift off too far, but I'm just trying to, somebody might be thinking expungement. Somebody might be thinking this. It's a lot of areas to cover with it. Try to stay focused with you. So after that, sick about it, found this and started this journey right here. So those are the 3 steps. I did apply for the expungement. I didn't get it. So here's the federal law that was killing my relief under weapons disability motion. Here it goes right here. The Federal Gun Control Act 18 U.S.C. 922 states that it is unlawful for a person who has been convicted in any court of a crime punishable by imprisonment for a term exceeding 1 year. 1 year. So anybody to go to prison, anybody to get locked up, if you was sentenced to more than 1 year, you might have got out in 11 months, but if you were sentenced to more than 1 year, they're saying federally you can't possess a gun. And now I don't know what you got to do if you had a federal case, but federal law saying you can't possess a gun, man. So that's what brought me to the video here. And I got past it by basically, man, shooting my shot in the court, talking to the judge, telling them, man, you got to tell the judge about your entire life, man. He sat up and watched her read all that off, what I just read. Yes, Your Honor. So we denied and admitted in court. We're not disputing that he's led a good life and that he's doing good, but more than 1 year and it was a violent crime, we deny him. And so the judge turned to me and was like, you got anything to say? And I told him, I said, well, did you read my packet? You got the packet. That's the magic right there, man, the packet. I said, did you read my packet? He said, you know what, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even read it. I said, well, most of the stuff I got to say is in that packet. Could you please read it? And he said, hold on, well, I'll read it. Because before that, he was sitting up there telling me, man, you got a good track record. Everything looked good. She stated the federal law. She stated the violence. So I'm sitting up there like, man, he getting ready for the build up to be like, but unfortunately, because he's telling me, man, you done great. I got all this here. I got all that. You done good. So anyway, he reads the packet and he tells me again now, he likes what he sees and this and that and this and that. So I wrote this letter and it was in the packet. You got to construct this letter, bro. It don't have to be super big. This is how big mine is. I put my heart in the letter. I shot my shot like crazy. Telling them about my life, what I've been up to. This is the packet that he read. That's where it's at right there. You got to present it, bro. You got to present it. So once I did that, it was just crazy quiet in the courtroom. I'm sitting there tired. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. I just got off of work at 7 a.m. And I'm like, man, if he ain't gonna give it to me, I'll just go get in the bed and just forget about this. I'm gonna play some PS5 and stay in the house, man. I ain't got no gun. I can't go out. Like, this ain't right. So it's just super quiet, man. And all I'm hearing is papers shuffling. And all of a sudden, after reading everything, after me shooting my shot with him and telling him, you know, what I've been up to, prosecutor over there looking all weird at me, he just bust out and said, by the power invested in me from the United States Constitution of da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking to? What is he talking about? I grant relief of disability to possess a firearm and yada, yada. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm tripping. Like, she just said federal law, da-da-da-da-da, violence. I can't get it. He's rambling off the Supreme Court, United States, and doing all this stuff. And I'm sitting there like, I felt like I was being knighted. He has to be knighted. It was like he was like George Washington with the white wig. And I was like, dang. I was like, man. And then it dawned. I'm like, he giving it to me. Dude, really giving it to me. Now he bought it like I tricked him. I told him the truth. I'm like, man, I'm about to get it. So, man, I couldn't believe it, man. It was a great feeling, like I said, man. I'm going to read off what he wrote on my paperwork right here. I can't flash it. Y'all some weirdos. I ain't got my name off this one. But I'm going to read off what he wrote. To override that, defendant motion to court. Let me take off my glasses for this one. Defendant motion to court for relief of disabilities for a serious crime over blank years ago. The state objects, asserting defendant is not eligible because defendant was convicted of an offense punishable up to and over 12 months. The court defined defendant is eligible for relief from disability, and defendant is fully reformed and productive individual in society. Request be granted for relief. So that's what he did, man. Yeah, he went on here and did it. So the point of the whole thing is, man, go ahead and do it, man. If I would have knew, I'm glad I ain't saying I'm that out cold. Because if I would have knew about them two things I didn't know about, that Fed law and all that, I wouldn't have done it, man. I still would have been, I hate to say it, every now and then, penitentiary chances, and then getting back to the crib. I wouldn't have done it, man. Anything can happen up in there. Go do it. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure you do it, man. If you don't do it, you definitely ain't going to get it. And if you're going to be a monkey, be a gorilla. I have my pardon on the governor's desk in Detroit. So my pardon has already went past the review board. And it's basically just waiting to be stamped. And I did that just because I just want it off my back. If it's over, it's over. Like, I want my name clear. I want it to be like it never happened. Yeah, I don't want to police pull me over. You ever been? Nope. Because if I got a pardon, I can do that. So post-relief, after release, getting a pardon, man. So, yeah, you're going to be a monkey, be a gorilla. I'm going to take that and I'm going to show the outcome of it, and I'll detail a little bit better. I wasn't prepared to detail this totally because this just came up, but I will detail that, and I'll detail it because I'm still in the middle of it. So I'll make sure that I get notes on that, and the outcome, whatever it is. If the outcome is no, I'm going to let you know. If I got it, you're going to see me out here. So either or, I'm doing it, man. So, man, if you locked in, man, stay locked in. If you're not locked in, man, get locked in, man. It's Splints, man. I'm out.